Hello my beautiful lights and welcome back to the channel. So we're in here today. The reason I'm in here, if you're new to the channel, by the way, my name's Lauren. I'm a master in energy, mind, body and spirit. I believe we only can master oneself, and through our evolutionary journey we're here to help guide one another so we grow together to aid the collective consciousness and lift the spirit of the world. So hi. So basically what am I doing in here? I was writing a meditation for the class I'm doing next week. So you're here having a cup of tea with me. What are you drinking from today? I'm drinking from the anti-corn cup today. It's a unicorn and it says, like a normal ant but more awesome. Love it. Love it. Yeah, who wants to be normal? That's boring, right? We're not our authentic selves. I mean, what do the class is normal? I don't really know. But whatever normal is, I don't know. That's 3D. That's 3D stuff, to be fair. Normal is normal to me. So I'm wild, I'm free, I'm authentically me. So yeah, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're enjoying it. We are a new channel, so if you're here, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I was like downloading this beautiful meditation for a class next week, and they asked me to bring you this message, hence I'm in my comfies. You're going to have to take me as you find me because that is it. I've done a workout, I've had a shower and I'm in my comfies because and I've even got a beautiful blanket on my knee because it's blooming cold today. So these messages kept coming forth. Now, there's quite a few, so if you could bear with me, this is talking about divine masculine and feminine energy. It's talking about your authentic path. There's so much fate and destiny. It's a mixed bag, and I was like, there's so much to talk to you about. I could do 3 videos, but what they said is they all interlock, and I was like, okay, right, I understand now. So we'll start with the divine feminine and masculine energy. We're going to start here because I believe some people struggle to understand the difference between divine feminine and masculine. Now, they talk about the twin flame journey, absolutely beautiful, all of that. But within you, there is a divine masculine and feminine energy. So when you work from your divine masculine, that's your action. But it's also when we've been through trauma states or anything that's affected our vibrational frequency, we can very much be in our divine masculine energy. That's our protection, right? And we feel secure there. So we've got these walls up and we're saying nobody can come over these walls, and that's it basically. That's it. Your divine masculine in the negative sense is out. Our divine masculine in the positive sense is that drive, it's that determination, it's that I want to work out, so I'm going to push myself that bit harder, you know, that type of frequency. So it can be very, very positive. Also, our divine feminine energy is our heart frequency. When we work from heart, I class myself as divine feminine because I'm a love vibration, right? So it's that sort of, that can be interrupted in the negative form as well. We can fall out with ourselves emotionally, and we have the shadows that can take over our form in a negative form, and we can overlove and overgive, and that's the negative divine feminine side. Our positive one is loving everybody for them being their authentic selves and knowing that everybody is right in their vibrational frequency because they're uniquely them, and that's the difference there. So we have both, and we should embrace both. And the only way that when we're working through the shadows, we talk about the negative ego death. So the negative ego death takes place when we've journeyed through this path of illumination and we've done our shadow work, or most of our shadow work, because we're forever learning, we're forever growing, we're forever facing another shadow in order to grow ourselves in an authentic way on our evolutionary path, right? So the negative ego is when we release the sort of, it can be materialism, it can be wanting to overwork to the point of, because that's what you've been taught by 3D, let me just point that out, to a capacity in which it depletes your energy. Do you see what I mean? So it's almost letting go and letting God. And that's what this is all about. Let go, let God. And that kept coming into the message. And I was like, what do you mean, let go, let God? And then the divine masculine energies. And I thought, right, I've got to speak to you about these. So let go, let God allows the flow to transform. Now, what they also wanted to talk to you about is when people are saying, well, I've been pushing this and I see, for example, I've done it myself. I've completely done it myself because I was doing it from an ego mindset at the time, and I had to journey through mastery to understand it. I took a step back and evaluated everything from, and looking at things from different angles, you know, that hangman type moment where we see things from different perspectives and we get an understanding about life and the divine path. Now, God's protection a lot of the time, sorry about the washing machine in the background, God's protection a lot of the time is for redirection. When he redirects our path is because he doesn't want us to go down a path of our lower will. So therefore the doors are closing. You're thinking, why are the doors closed? I thought I was following my calling. Absolutely, you were. But that was simply part and parcel of the step. So when I talk about the tree energy, we've got the tree screen behind us. The tree energy, you go off on a branch, you learn a lesson, and you come back to the main trunk. Now, sometimes these branches don't lead anywhere. They're just lessons, right? And this is so you can put all your nutrients into that trunk and really ground your frequency down to get this illumination of your divinity, your divine path. My tummy is rumbling. I apologize. I do this as an empty vessel so I can get that clarity. So apologies there. If you're going to do fasting or anything, please check with a medical practitioner. I need to say that for legal reasons. So, you know, that happens when a door closes. They say God opens a window, and he does. And it's that sort of understanding that sometimes we walk down a path simply for the lesson. Simply for the lesson. You are not the same person as you was last week, let alone a year ago, to the person you are today. You've learnt lessons, you've, probably struggled with hardships, and it's actually the darkness which is our biggest growth stage. And when we move further down the path, we understand and we can look back with clarity and we think, well, what did we learn from that situation? We learnt a lesson how to be treated in life, what we're going to accept into our vibrational frequency, people, places, things, all of it, okay? So the numbers you got were 2323 and 000. And I've spoke to them about the protection angels, the divine protection. No, I haven't. Right, okay, sorry. So trust you are being guided and supported. Sometimes we have to learn more lessons down the path, like I've just said, before we can level up. And that is how we walk. We walk step by step. Remember, the journey is meant to be felt and explored. If we ran, we wouldn't get all the lessons, we wouldn't get the understandings. Our soul evolutionary wouldn't be taking place now, would it? So the 000 is when God speaks to you, okay? It's believing in your strength and the angels have your back. Sorry about that, the washing machine was going off on one. So 000, trust you are being guided and supported, and God speaks to you. That's your divine information coming from God, which is absolutely amazing. Your angels, your guides, your divinity, whatever you see God to be, because that's very important, because that's individually your journey and your truth matters. Don't let anybody or anything tell you otherwise. Whatever you hold within here is what's important to you. So it talks about you being supported. Obviously, in the Bible and things, it talks about God being the divine nature in all things. It's the Alpha, the Omega, and it's the connection to such. And this is why I encourage prayer and meditation. You see, with meditation, what I've just written for class, I'll just read it to you because I think this is very necessary. There is nothing that can connect us more with God, higher power, than our own higher power. That's when we're at the right vibrational frequency. We align our energy and consciousness with the cosmic blueprint of oneself. We dive deep within the structure of our own cosmic energy to find the patterns where the science and spirituality meet, because I believe in science and spirituality, and they've been kept apart for so long, but it's actually when we infuse them together that we get this information. We entangle the frequency and discover our own divine architecture. So, if a state of consciousness could influence the fabric of our own reality and improve it, why don't we do it? We should do it more. Things like Reiki, meditation, gong baths, music frequency. We tap into that higher energetic field. We cross the threshold, if you like, raising our own energetic field, connecting in, and therefore raising the collective consciousness. And this is what I am teaching at class, and it's about the importance of that connection. Now, when we connect in, just like I've been doing to write these meditations, we get information, we get those messages. And these are divine messages. You'll see angel numbers. You'll have that higher connection of self. The other number, if I can put my teeth in, was 2323. So you have a gift. You need to share it, okay? You have faith that you are on the right path. The right path is always the right path. Let me just point that out. So you think, oh, I've made that mistake and I've done that wrong. No, you haven't. You've learnt the lesson upon that branch that we spoke about with the tree of energy. You've learnt the lesson down that part. You were meant to go down that part to learn that lesson, positive and negative. Understand that every single lesson is necessary in your evolutionary journey. So you're always on the right path. Sometimes we fall off the path. Sometimes we make mistakes in life, but they're lessons upon the path. It's still the correct path. We're still moving forward. No, it's step by step. You cannot rush the process. It's a step at a time. If we rush past, we wouldn't learn the lessons. Our souls wouldn't grow to the evolutionary level they're meant to grow to. And that's so very important. So 2323 talks about the ambition, the goal you're aiming for, right? And it wants you to explore that creativity. Our creative energy is very heightened when we're at our highest vibration. When we raise our vibration, when we're dancing, when we're free, when we're feeling that freedom of self, we can truly be creative. So that's why I do a workout and then shower before I do any of this. And the washing machine's going again. I do apologise. Before I do any of this, it's so I can get that higher connection in. And dancing for me is the freedom of self. It's expression. It's self-expression. I'm wild. I'm just authentically me without apology. I mean, I teach dance, a dance class, dance fitness, and it is still freedom, but I vibrate that frequency out to all my students, and I love every minute, and we're just authentically our nutty selves. We're anticorns for that hour, that 1 hour a week. We're complete anticorns, and freedom of self and expression is so very important, because when we express ourselves freely, we are our true authentic selves, which is the highest vibration you can get. Everyone says it's love, and love is the most purest vibration. I love it. But the highest vibration is the authentic self, being who you truly are, and who you truly are, and your path is absolutely beautiful. You imagine we're all walking in the same park. We're just on slightly different paths, but these paths all meet in the end. And that's how I see it in my mind's eye. So we're all shining this beacon. It just helps light the way. As I said to a lady who commented this morning, we're simply flashlights in the darkness for one another. That's what we're designed to do. And through our evolutionary journey of self, we can aid one another. We can help each other upon their evolutionary path too. And knowledge is something that should be shared. And this is why they kept religion and science separate for so long, because when people have knowledge, they realise the power they hold. And they don't want you having that power, you see. So when you see everything from a different perspective, when we take a step back in life and, we address everything through different eyes, through different lenses, the great awakening, the veil is lifted, if you like, we see with clarity. And when you tune in to your higher state, you know with clarity. Everything becomes illuminated. I've just had to close the door because the washing machine is on one today. I think one of the parents are gone. So not only do you illuminate that path for yourself, you start illuminating it for everyone else, because we're all walking in the same park, right? Which is how I see it. So it's that collective consciousness. So your vibrational frequency, as I've said, really, really matters in the collective consciousness. The level in which your energy field is at really matters. So lighting yourself up through creative form, through anything. Now that could be baking. I always talk food when I'm doing this, because as I said, I'm an empty vessel. And, my tummy is rumbling on camera right now. So, it's just how it is. I tune in an empty vessel. I'll have my brunch in a little while. So it's that development of ourselves help with the collective development, which is why it's so necessary, why it's so important where you sit in this frequency. So yeah, do that. So they were the messages. What else did I have to say? Oh yeah, sorry angels, I'll get there. Right, this came into the vibration, and this was actually last night, but this is one message, and I felt it's one message because of the 000. I saw, in my mind's eye, was like a trapped sort of energy, and it was cloaked, like the Eight of Swords, if you like. It was bound, but they can release themselves. But what I see is the evolutionary journey you're on is setting you free. So it's like being a captive, but you're reborn into this freedom of self, this freedom energy, your self-empowerment. When you empower yourself, when the world empowers you, through your journey, no matter how dark. Now, I talk about the darkness and the light because darkness is our biggest growth stage most of the time. This is when we actually find our inner light. We journey through it. And I have journeyed through the depths, believe you me. And I'm not going to lower your vibration with it. But what I'm saying is that was my journey. And I couldn't be me. I couldn't help people with love and compassion hadn't I felt that frequency myself. I wouldn't have the understanding. And that's how we can transmute it. We're grateful then for that part of our lives, no matter how dark, because we can transmute it to help others, which is a beautiful thing. So you're reborn into this freedom of empowerment. Now, I have to talk to you about the 1010 as well, because it came up again. It talks about fate and destiny taken apart in your life, in your evolutionary journey. They want to talk to you about this destiny, this drive. It's what we spoke about, the cosmic blueprint. Something in your world has already been written. This was always your destiny. And you've gone off on these branches, on these paths, because you're returning to the main trunk. But you needed to learn the lessons, just as we've spoken about. And it's evolved you to your highest aspect of self, which enables you to move forward with this fated destiny. So, it says, do not get distracted. And you might hear a spiritual knock. So a spiritual knock, we can get different knocks in life. So say you're in sleep state, for example. Normally it's early hours of the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and a knock wakes you up. Now, if you hear a bang, that's often a warning. So there's an incoming message as in the warning state, like bang, bang, bang. That's a shock to the system. It's meant to shock you because it's a divine warning. If you get a knock, 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 that's you opening the door to God, and that's your evolutionary self. And what I would say is I've had it where I've heard the knock and I've walked both. I've had both in my life, but the nice knock, we're going to stick with the nice knock. And I've walked outside and it's the early hours of the morning and I've stared up to the stars and I just feel this connection, right? And this connection to the cosmos, to oneself. And I saw this beautiful, beautiful light, and I just was meant to be there in that very moment. And I just felt a frequency and I just absorbed the energy, and I felt so connected in that moment. And I came back inside and I wrote one of the most beautiful meditations I've ever written because I felt that connection. Do you see? And that's how it works. So you're going from this sort of trap self to this freedom, this self-empowerment, which is your evolutionary journey. And all the sun, can you see the sun? It is crazy. It's beaming right on me right now. It's so beautiful. Oh, I so appreciate that. It's so wonderful. All it's doing is opening my third eye even more. It's beautiful. So yeah, it's this time for the spiritual knock. So if you see 23, hello angels, well, they're singing now, 23, 23 or 000, go with the flow, you know, let go, let God, as in release and surrender. Do not be in the negative masculine energy of pushing something. Just let it be and be free, because you've worked so hard to get to this stage upon your evolutionary path that you should just allow the process of this transformation of self. Oh, it's gorgeous. That's beautiful. I'm going to now go absorb this beautiful light energy, finish writing this stunning meditation, and I shall see you next time, my beautiful lights. If this resonated with your heart and soul, just leave me a heart, because we're building a community of light here. We sent out a beacon to find you, and we're going to build this beautiful community of like-minded energies. You know, if you've been guided here, you were meant to be guided here. Everything is divinity. So until next time, enjoy. I'm going to go and drink my anti-corn tea now, and I'm sending love to your heart. So until next time, bye-bye for now.